Hey guys, welcome back. I've got my coffee. It's really early in the morning right now. Drinking out of the child cup. All living my best nerdy life. And since today is all about dating, I wore my pansexual shirt. Hello my lovelies. I'm back with another cosplay video, and this one is all about dating. My last dating video still gets tons of views, so I figured that I would make another one for you guys. If you like what you see, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you care, because we are on the road to what? 1K. So here are my 5 tips to navigating dating as a cosplayer, dating in the cosplay world, dating as a nerd. Here are just 5 of the many tips I have. Tip number 1. Be yourself. Do not put a facade in your dating bios on Bumble or Tinder that's not you. Be yourself. If you like to cosplay, show some cosplay pictures. Like, show who you are completely. Because the worst thing you want to do is attract the wrong person, and then you guys go on a couple dates, you start vibing, and then they find out that you're into things like cosplay, and they're like, nope, and all of a sudden you're ghosted. I honestly believe that the best policy is being authentic first. So show who you truly are, and don't be afraid. Have that confidence to know that all of your nerdy weirdness is the best part of you, and it just makes you even cooler. Tip number 2 is suss out the profile, sis. Suss out the profile. If he's wearing certain anime t-shirts, avoid abort mission. If he even says certain animes in his bio, abort mission, because you already know how those conversations go with those anime boys. Oh, you like anime? Well, did you know? Oh my god, trust me, as a comic book girl, I understand completely. I love it when guys try to try me on comic books. I've had this happen on multiple dates where guys have tried to try my comic book knowledge like I'm stupid. Like, oh, you cosplay this character? Well, did you know? I'm like, yeah, I knew all of that. That's why I chose this character, sir. Thanks for joining the conversation. Like, what? Suss out the profile. Make sure you're checking for any red flags. It happens all the time. But definitely learn how to read the profiles and understand, read between the lines, and look at the pictures and pay attention. Because a lot of these dudes will tell you they are not worth your time, straight up. Especially me being like my sensitive, nerdy self, I was just not paying attention where I needed to be, and oof, it was bad. Keep the first date conversation as brief as possible. The last thing, I'm talking avoid all controversial topics. I'm talking anime, I'm talking comic books. Just avoid the topics of those things, because you will find yourself being irritated if you're having to defend why you think that DC characters deserve just as much as Marvel characters. You will find yourself being frustrated when you try to defend the fact that you're still an anime fan even if you only watch slice of life or magical girl animes. It's exhausting. I have lived it. It's not worth it, and you will never want to talk to that person again. So keep it brief, keep it casual, just have a normal conversation. Don't start fights that are just unnecessary on the first date. So if he says something outlandish, just, you know, like, call him out on it or call her out on it. I'm totally assuming it's a guy you're going out with, but it's probably a girl too, who knows. Call him out on it, but be aware that it's easier to just keep first date conversations really brief and really chill and just really just relaxing, casual elevator conversation. Don't talk about such deep stuff or such controversial stuff on the first date. It's not worth it, and you will find yourself never getting to a second date because you always get so frustrated after the first. I've learned this the hard way, and so I'm trying to save you guys time. Tip number 4. You always see when you go to conventions that cosplay is not consent. Cosplay is not consent. Cosplay is not consent, even though some people still don't get that. Anyway, cosplay is not consent. So cosplay is also not roleplay sex. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like, roleplay is totally valid, you know, enjoy your kink. To assume that I, as a cosplayer, would be into that is a terrible assumption because it's not true. Cosplay isn't a sexual thing. Cosplay is just plain dress up like you did when you were a kid, but now you're an adult so you can make it even cooler. That's all it is. So a lot of guys and women, mostly guys, will slide into your DMs on these dating apps and will say really crazy stuff. Oh, it's just... ugh, some of the stuff is really atrocious. Being prepared to filter through that, but I do appreciate that though, because that gets rid of a lot of the creeps. So that's why I say be authentic, because having my cosplay photos up gets rid of a lot of the creeps, so then they're not like able to sneak through the cracks and get a date. Like, not worth it. Your body, your choice, and do not allow someone to make you feel uncomfortable. Just block and delete. And being a cosplayer, it's gonna happen a lot, and you know how we already deal with it at cons. It's a nightmare. I've always been super upfront that cosplay is not roleplay sex, and so people should respect people's kinks, and not every cosplayer likes that kink. Some do though. I do have friends that do, but no. Tell me, what's the crazy thing that happened when you went on a date? Like, what is the most ridiculous date story you got? Like, tell me in the comments. I'm actually interested. I have some pretty insane ones, but I'm really interested in what you guys have to say. You guys have some of the best comments. Like, I'm like, oh my god, look at all my best friends just commenting on my video. The final tip, the juicy tip, the tip above all tips is, remember to love you and date you first, so that you understand that where your standards lie. And a lot of people say date yourself, but it really doesn't click until you realize that when you date yourself, you realize what you are willing and not willing to accept from friends, from family, and from relationships that are romantic. So therefore, you don't allow yourself to be put in these situations where you're accepting less than what you deserve. You are allowed to ask for what you deserve and allowed to accept nothing less, and no one should make you feel worse because of that. I see it a lot that people are made to feel bad about their lists and stuff. No, screw that. Have your list, have what you want in a person. If that's what your non-negotiables are, then your non-negotiables are that, and that's on period. Remember to love yourself first, because if you go into a relationship and you know, especially in the nerd community, there's a lot of insecurity in our community, and if you go into a relationship and you're not secure in who you are, it is not going to go well. I have been there, I have done that. It is not worth it. So that is a very important tip, and if you take anything from this video, that is the one I want you to take. So those are my 5 tips that will help you as a cosplayer navigate the dating world. But remember, you are amazing and you are awesome, and you will find someone who sees you in that way as well. Well, if you're a fan of that sponge that lives in that pineapple under the sea, yes, I'm talking about SpongeBob. My darlings, will be doing SpongeBob, my updated SpongeBob look. You've seen this catastrophe of one of my first YouTube videos. No. I am redoing the SpongeBob look with a new spin. It's gonna be an updated version, and that will be our Cosplay Makeup Monday. It's gonna be super, super fun. I am so excited. As always, if you want to contribute to the hashtag 24 Cosplay Challenge, you are more than welcome to, but not obligated to. It is in the description box below, all the links to help support so we can make this challenge happen. And while you're waiting for that other video, why don't you check out those videos over there? They look kind of exciting. What is she doing? Oh, check it out. Bye!